Ah, hello? I know it's a couple minutes early. I'm gonna get stuff finished set up and I will be starting soon. Ugh. Okay, guys, give me a second. Photoshop is doing that dumb thing that it does sometimes. So, now it's on the wrong monitor. But hey, it's here. Let's see, make sure it's doing that correctly. Figures, I've had it open all day and that's just now giving me this issue. Okay, let me make sure though. Okay, yeah, it looks like it's fine now. I don't know why it does that. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Yay! Okay, hello everyone. Uh, Today I am working on Zos Kios's cover for Volume 14, which is the volume coming out this year. I am currently holding a Kickstarter for it, so I hope you guys have seen that and help me support it. I'm about a fifth of the way there. Unfortunately, with everything going up in cost, I had to go up in the cost of printing as well, and other things. So, yeah, it really means a lot if you could even put a couple bucks towards it. But this cover, part of it, is the character Viridian. I know, right? So much Viridian. It's funny because I really felt like I was in the mood to draw her again after drawing her, and then I realized like she's in so much of the stuff for this Kickstarter this time around in this volume. Like, oh, never mind, I get to. For the cover, I always do like two characters on the front and then a chibi on the back. So Viridian, it gets to be one of the two characters on the front. I know, you're like, I can't tell what you're drawing. It's just like a zoomed in part of it. It's fine. This is the actual outfit she's wearing right now, too, as opposed to the one I like drawing her in. She hasn't been in that outfit yet. I actually, well, I did all the line work for the cover already, traditionally, and I've scanned it all in. Just finished the chibi up this morning. Woo! I'm hoping to get, I think it's Viridian done today, but I'll have to start working on the pages of Zoskias for the week too, or for next week actually. I try to save what we've had. Oh, thank you for the follow! Yeah, when I'm working on the pages for the actual webcomic, I do it 2 pages a week, which full color can be a bit much. When I was starting out, I didn't have as polished of an art style and a lot more mistakes and kind of let myself get away with a lot more mistakes. So it was a little faster, but as over the years, yeah, it's gotten a little slower pace. And as part of my Patreon, I put up the pages a little early, so that's why also I like to get them done ahead of time too. But it also makes me feel better when I'm not rushing on a Sunday to get them done. Did my music stop? Oh no, there it is. It's to the point where it repeats. I'm also very proud that today I remembered which side her band was on. She has an armband in this outfit. She'll only be in this outfit for this storyline though. So, like I said, I've drawn plenty of pictures of her in her new outfit that's coming. So you guys have all seen it. To be fair though, I never thought there'd be a day when she would have a cover because Viridian came in and was one of the earlier chapters, like I think 6 or 7. I think it was the whatever chapter is teamwork. That might be 7. It's been a while, guys. This thing is like 14 years or 15. You're gonna be 15 years old in July, so yeah, it's been a while. That was a very early chapter, and back when I started, I used to also do 3 pages a week. But yeah, she was, basically villain of the week for that storyline and wasn't ever going to be involved or come back or anything. But I guess because I showed her Guardian and gave her a name, or well, I didn't even give her a name. I gave her Guardian a name. She got popular. It was weird because like right after that storyline, I actually had people send me fan art of her, and I was like, what? Why? She does nothing. She gets her butt kicked. That's it. I was also still developing her powers at the time, so if you've actually read it, you'll notice, compared to what she has now, they're a lot more polished now, because I wasn't planning on bringing her back. She was just a kind of a one-shot, like, I need somebody to help fill this role. It makes, we have a generic character, and yeah, but she got popular for some reason, so. I love her now, though, so. Fleshing her out was tons of fun. And because she specializes in poison plants, I've gotten to do lots of really random research on poisonous plants. So I'm always trying to make them use like different stuff for their techniques when they're fighting. She's definitely not like by far not one of the strongest characters at all, and her ability has a lot of potential, but it also has a lot of drawbacks. But she can take a punch pretty well. How many times did she get beat up in this storyline? She's got a bloody nose and a smash and a bruised face already, so I don't know what it is about her. I just want to smack. As a creator, I'm like, you know what? We should beat her up. You ever have characters like that? You just love to beat them up? Because I don't dislike her at all. I think she's fun, but for some reason, I'm like, who can I beat up? In that storyline, it keeps becoming her. I don't know, maybe it's because it's like her first true storyline. Since, she's been... Well, she got to do stuff during the Doppelganger storyline. She was in prison jumpsuit during that one. Let's see. But yeah, she's obviously not a villain anymore, so. She's still Viridian, though. I think perhaps one of the most strange and slightly terrifying mixes I got after she came out and stuff was there's a lot of, especially after the storyline with Storm, Light's older brother, there's a lot of people who were like, oh man, Viridian and Ryoma. And I was like, what? Like, they like to pair them a lot. I mean, it didn't really make sense to me because they had never met, but you know, fan people. Though actually thinking about it, I was able to work it out pretty well, so. That was always the joke, because I released Ryoma's new outfit way before Viridian's, even though Ryoma has not been in here in his new outfit. Or he hasn't been in anything besides his prison jumpsuit since the stuff that happened, so. I feel like him and Viridian are going to kind of be like crowd controllers, not so much like main focuses, so. I, for the most part, have like the main points of each story outlined. Like there were 4 major storylines. So the one we're in right now, the vampire storyline, is actually major storyline 3. So I'm almost through the 4. But with that said, I will probably not be through this one for a long time. It's probably gonna be a couple more volumes, and then of course the final storyline is also probably gonna be long. And then there's some like short one-shot storylines in between I want to do. Character development. I've just had a lot of inspiration to work on Zoskias again, so thank you guys for that. I still get sad sometimes that some of my closest friends haven't actually read it. And those who give me the excuse, well, I don't own it, I'm like, it's a free webcomic online. Yes, you can purchase the books, and I appreciate it, but you can also just go to zoskias.com and read it. I think all artists have insecurities, though. Hello! I mean, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what being an artist is. A lot of anxiety and insecurities, and also a lot of screaming. That's okay. Thanks for stopping by. I wanted to just lay on my bed earlier because I worked out with Ring Fit today and it's been a while and I hurt my leg beforehand and I'm dumb and decided to do it anyways and it did not help the leg. And then I was like, I don't even want to move the other leg now because squats. But I can't nap during the day, so I can't actually nap. But I laid on my bed, and then my cat bothered me, so I didn't stay there very long. I'm just like, fine, I'll go shower. I get it, Arata, I understand. It's good to focus on recovering stuff, though. If you're tired, sleep. At least rest. It's very hard to get into that mentality because I've talked to a lot of my friends about this. Like growing up, I don't know. I just felt like taking a break wasn't good, and like I still have that mentality that like giving myself a day to rest makes me feel like I'm doing something guilty, and it shouldn't. But that kind of behavior and stuff is ingrained in us, and it really sucks. I mean, I can't say for like everyone, but it seems to be a common thing in my generation. So I'm working very hard on that mentality and being like, no, it's okay. I need the rest. Rest. I haven't actually taken a day off to do stuff. Yeah, I know. I always think like workplaces should have nap time, even if it takes me like 2 hours to fall asleep. So yeah, that's why I don't get anything out of naps, because I don't fall asleep fast enough. But I see how tired people get. Are you booing me, Ronafate? No, I know what you're doing. Don't make me come by and throw fruit at you. It'll be a drive-by fruiting. Apparently, a drive-by fruiting made Arata wake up and come over and meow for pets. Hi, Arata. Do you want to throw fruits at Ronafay? Sorry, Ronafay. Arata has chosen to throw fruits at you. Or to go get his food. Oh, that's cool. Well, yeah, I'm from the US. We barely care about our employees. Gosh, what time is it in Sweden? I know one of the people that I played Monster Hunter with always comes on like really late at night, and then we find out it was like 7 in the morning. Yeah, that's what I was gonna figure. It's gonna be like early morning for you, cause yeah, like we go on at like 2 a.m. to play Monster Hunter Rise, and then this one person we play with really regularly found out he was from I'm trying to think where that one's from. I can't remember, because we have a couple that are from international, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I just got home from work." We're like, "Oh, what time it is?" And he's like, 6:30 a.m. We're like, "Why are you up? Why are you on this stream? You poor soul, get some rest." Yeah, no, I can see why you'd be tired. 1 a.m. is pretty late. Although I have a bad problem of not going to sleep until later. Just because I'm not streaming late at night doesn't mean I'm not up. Ah! Our sun hasn't even set here. It's 6, just after 6 p.m. my time. But lately the sun, because that weird stuff with the rotations and daylight savings time, it doesn't set until like closer to 8 p.m. So, I hate to break it to you, Twaifu, but Wong is not actually here right now. I'm all alone. I will bonk Wong for you, though. If he doesn't show up before I end the stream today, I will bonk him on the next stream for you. I am not kidding. It's okay. I have this remembered that I owe you a bonk. All that work for your bonk that you get. I'm sorry. Oh, 5 hours of darkness. That's yeah, I was gonna say that's kind of like Alaska and Canada. All that watching. What do you want, Arata? Oh my gosh, hi. What? My cat's licking my hand. I don't know what he wants. Unsubscribe. I can't do all of his schedule. Actually, so why Wong isn't here today and why I'm here alone during this time as opposed to you, because he works from home, if you guys weren't aware. See you next week. Yeah, I will. Do you want me to bring my chicken with on Sunday? I'll bonk you with it. But he got a text from his dentist today. Apparently he won a raffle he didn't enter. And we now have a 3-foot fern. It's in the back of his car right now. He went to go pick it up. That's why he's not here. So, a 3-foot fern. And some gardening tools, which is great because when we find a house, I wanted to do some gardening. But I'm like, we don't really have the space right now. I did double check. It's a Boston fern. They are safe for cats, which is what we were concerned about. He was like, oh, wait, what if we win something that's not good for cats? And they're like, well, we could pawn it off on someone else. And we're like, wait, everyone we know has cats. Oh my gosh, 10 minutes of darkness? Wow. That's fast. I'm guessing a lot of, what are those, like blackout curtains? I have blackout curtains here, though, even. Gosh, 10 minutes of darkness. You blink and it's over. I wouldn't even be in bed by that point. I would love to visit, like, areas like Sweden and stuff in the future. When, you know, travel's safe again. I am vaccinated. But nobody wants Americans because we suck. I don't blame them. I understand the travel ban. Although it sucks because we can't ship internationally to some places now. I have a lot of anger. I would actually love to go if I had the money, but you know, seeing as I'm still unemployed, the money thing isn't working out well. Although I might officially be getting on Akibasil's payload for tax reasons and stuff, so I'll be paying into Social Security again, because I used to when I had a job. Oh, you don't? That's nice. America got lax on it, but I'm kind of still afraid because so many people, including a couple I know personally, don't want to get vaccinated. So I wear my mask outside. I have autoimmune and stuff too, though. So even though I'm fully vaxxed, they've been doing studies and they're trying to see how efficient the vaccine is for people with autoimmune issues, and it may be very low efficiency. So I'm like, better safe than sorry. No, I know you're vaccinated twice. I think you might have gotten it before me. Actually, I think you did because of your work situation. I mean, to be fair, if the US had just done more of the mask wearing and stuff to begin with and not been so dumb about it, we wouldn't actually be this bad and we would have been open a lot sooner for sure. I had an argument with somebody today on Facebook. It's my hobby. My pastime is to argue with people on Facebook about dumb things. Today was about vaccines because they shared a post. They're like, "We don't know. How do you expect us to get a vaccine when we don't know what's in it?" There's a medical journal that from the oh my gosh, I can't remember the name of the hospital. It came out in January this year though. I can find the link later if you guys are interested. Where they listed all of the ingredients in Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson and Johnson, and they specifically for some of them explained in detail, like for the mRNA and stuff, and the lipoids and stuff. They also listed the specific lipids that were in it, even, but they explained some of the stuff that the normal people, like normal population, wouldn't know, like what it was specifically, and you know, Zachary, you understood why it was safe. Yay! I got vaccinated in March. It was weird. I actually got it before my parents were both older, and everyone thought it was because of the autoimmune thing. I was like, no, just dumb luck. I put in for like basically a blind lottery, like please vaccinate me, and I got it. Because my fiance got it too around the same time, and he is not autoimmune. I mean, technically, if you were vaccinated, you should be fine all over. I'm just mostly worried because, like I said, I don't know how it's gonna in the full long run. They're still doing tests with autoimmune. There is a chance the effectiveness could be as low as 40%. Also, my father, who I don't see him a lot, but I see my mother who lives with him, is a 2-time cancer survivor from 2 different types of cancer. I don't really want to kill him. And then Too Much Wong is Asian, just like the name sounds. And the Asian efficiency of vaccines is unfortunately lower based on the testing because they did not test enough minorities. They're looking at around 70%, although Japan is currently doing a really big test on it right now. So Japan may come back with better numbers. Because the Japanese are trying to get the Japanese are really bad about vaccination. There's a whole thing behind it, and it's because they normally vaccines are not tested on like minorities. They're always tested on like white people, and therefore the results and the side effects are different. Oh, that's great. Although I have actually heard that term used like that before. I didn't even think about that. Actually, for me, I'm glad I got Pfizer and not Johnson and Johnson because I have the reason people were having some side effects of it were because of like pre-existing conditions, which I have. So I may have actually had effect if I had Johnson, but I had Pfizer, so I had absolutely no symptoms. Wong had more than me. I walked around Myers after I got it and bought some stuff. I always think think of Johnson. I mean, I know it's the same company. I just always think of the shampoo in your eyes thing for the baby Johnson & Johnson. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, but reading it, most people didn't have a lot of symptoms. Like Wong had some fatigue. I had the shoulder, the arm, the pain in the shoulder. What kind of effects did you have, Swedish Wookie? I just had like the same pain I would get from a flu shot and maybe a little fatigue. I'm not sure. Ugh. Headache for 3 months. That sucks. I do know I really lucked out too. Because so with my autoimmune, some of the things that happens is my body likes to attack itself. Obviously, that's what autoimmune is. Immune systems doesn't quite work right. So because of that, like when there's wet temperature changes, I can get a fever at the drop of the hat for no apparent reason, and not like a bad one. 101 is usually the highest I get, but because of that, I tend to take acetaminophen a lot. And the day I got my second dose, I took acetaminophen that morning, which apparently helps alleviate the effects of the vaccine. Which I didn't do it because of that. I did it because my temperature was 100.3, and I was like, I'm gonna lower it because I want to make sure I'm okay. And then the other thing they're saying is that if you take B vitamin, you actually have a better chance of not having effects as well. And I have B12 deficient anemia, so I've been taking B12 for a while now. Oh, very high body temp. Mine is not actually normally high. It'd be better if it was, though. Yeah, but still, even a small headache can get annoying because it's like constantly there. Oh my gosh, is that the fern? No, that's just an open door. Sorry, guys, I just disappeared. I heard Wong coming in. Oh yeah. Mine's like right in the normal range typically. So that's why I'm able to notice it. Let's see. So yeah, mine's probably closer to like 36 Celsius. But for a while, I was constantly having right around the 99 Fahrenheit too, or 37.5 Celsius. But that's not a good thing. It was my body spiking. Some people do normally have higher body temps, though. I am not one of them. If you needed help, you could have just called me. It's the big fern. I will have to take a picture of this fern and share it on the Discord later. He's just sitting here now. What should we name him? I will bonk him when he comes inside fully. He was taking stuff out of his trunk to park his car back in the garage. And then, yes, I will bonk him. They call for blood. The bonking shall commence. I don't know what I did there. Maybe that helps? Yeah, that helps. I mean, he's literally outside. I'd have to run outside and chase him with a chicken. I mean, not that I would not do that, because that's totally in my wheelhouse. Oh, that's the basket. It's okay, he came in on weird noises now. He should be in like 5 minutes. Don't worry, the bonking shall commence. I never actually named my chicken that I use for bonking. I could be really unoriginal and name him Niwatori. Every time my music dies for the repeat, I think it's dead for good. I cannot wait until we have a house, though. It would be so nice. Yeah, so I'm gonna grow like a little herb garden, and I'm gonna definitely grow some catnip, of course, because cats. We gotta grow catnip, but maybe even some like small vegetables, too, especially the green leafy ones. Like I want to maybe try growing spinach if it's not too hard. Hi, I have a request to make of you, sir. Oh, you went shopping? Okay, I'll wait. Soon, guys, soon. What am I? Pokemon, it's your destiny. I don't want to break eggs. We are out of eggs, actually. I used a lot in baking because I was baking. I like baking. I know you're kidding. I mean, that'd definitely be a great ASMR, right? Eggs breaking on the kitchen. To be fair, I actually never saw the box with the food, so I have no idea what he got. I believe it came in through the back door. Okay. So now the real question is, will I forget her tattoo when I start coloring her in? Because I'm really bad at that. Hello, cat. Arata's going to see the fern. It's okay, Arata. It's not toxic to cats. You can go say hi to it. Yeah, it's really funny with the fern thing because, yeah, like they said he got it because he left a review on Google, like as part of a contest, but he didn't leave a review on Google. So then he felt bad and left a review on Google. That actually used to be my old dentist too, but they stopped taking my insurance. When I got crappier insurance, I had to switch to somebody else. Which I like. I like my dentist. He's closer too. Ironically, his name is Moody, but he's a super happy guy. I always accidentally click the wrong area. That's why I keep like running back. That's an accident. Ugh! I drew on the wrong part. I know you guys can really see it, but I knew it was there. That works, I think. Alright, let's see how you... Oh, I forgot her rest of her hair. Oops. Guess we won't do that yet. Let's go do her hair. Yeah, I realized the two I picked for this cover, because Trevor is the other character, guys. Spoiler! No, it's not spoiler. But they both have long ponytails. Hey, RTD! So there's gonna be a lot of hair flowing on the front cover. Trevor, unfortunately, when I was drawing him, I accidentally cut off one of his arms, so I have to redraw it all. Which is gonna take longer, which is why I started on Viridian first. If you guys remember from Ink October, I still don't got this. Planning is still not my skills. I'm notorious for cutting things off. I'm drawing too big on the paper. I've definitely gotten better, but if I had digital canvas, usually helps a little better, but even then. Is this a national holiday now? It's coming soon. Soon. Kono shunkan o matte ita. This is what Twaifu has dreamed of. I just had to wait for him to get home, and he's putting groceries away right now. Don't worry, guys. I'm all posed and ready. I promise you, it will not go unredeemed. Honestly, I thought he'd be out later. Mint and sweet basil. Ooh. That's cool. I don't think I mean, I made like where you buy like the pre-made crusts for pizza and then just put toppings on it. That's about the closest I've come. But I can't roll dough very well because I don't have. I have like patsier hands over baker hands. Yeah, I can't say it. Basically, with bread and dough, you generally want like warmer hands, but I have really cold hands. So I guess I'm better at pastries because of that, because with pastries you want cold hands, so. What? Yeah, we'll have to figure out where to put our friend, the fern. Like I said, guys, I'll share pictures of the fern. He's big. He's a big boy, but he's not toxic to cats, so he can stay. Alright, it's time. It is time. Twaifu has made it. There you guys go! The bonking has happened. I don't know if you can hear it. Going, oh no. Isn't it too tall for under there? Wait, it's got a welcome sign. Should we put it out front on our porch? Ferns don't have to be indoors. That was my rubber chicken. Sorry guys, my avatar ran away again. Yeah, so for the Bonk Wong redemption, so you guys could hear me bonking him, I got a rubber chicken to bonk him with. Thanks to RDD. He gave me enough bits to buy it. Yeah, she redeemed it right when she got on, but Wong was gone getting the 3-foot fern, which RTD, you didn't hear that story. He won a fern. For a contest he didn't enter. So yeah, we have a 3-foot fern now. It's home. But yeah, I was like, I will make sure it gets redeemed, even if for some reason he wasn't home by the time I ended, but he got home. Obviously. I can't throw my voice and make myself sound like Wong. Uh-oh. I scared him. I can reach him from where I'm sitting right now. Our computers are really close together, which is why sometimes on oh my god. Apparently it's National Bonk Wong Day. I hope it was important but not too many serious. He got bonked 3 times so far. And R2D has like a bunch of points because he's on all the time. It's really funny when I'm like playing Monster Hunter with him and then suddenly he like comments in the chat and I was like, wait, what? Oh man, I don't know. I can't see how many fries you guys have. I can only see how many Happy Meals you have. Unless there is a way I can see fries and I just don't know. We can put it at my parents' house if you want. Yeah? We can talk to them. It just needs to be watered. It's just a fern. Wong is very attached to the fern already. What did you name the fern? Fern? Wow. We needed to do a better name. Ronafe also probably has a big chunk of it too. Just because Ronafe has been on my streams since a very long time. Now, if only Ronafe would start streaming on times I'm actually free. Yeah, well, I asked him, he said fern, so I gotta change that. What do you guys suggest? What's a good name for a fern? Blanc Wong? We should name the fern Blanc Wong. That seems like a great name. That does actually remind me. It does nothing to do with bonk things. But Ronafe, I need to double check what time your Saturday stream is, so I don't interfere with it. But I am going to be doing a like basic Japanese lesson for you guys on June 26th, I think. Give me a second. I haven't posted the stuff up online about it yet because I just decided on the date. Yes, the 26th. So I'm going to try to figure out a time to do it. And then it will probably only be about a 2-hour stream though, because I don't want to stay on too long. But yeah, like basic Japanese stuff, because I've had a lot of people ask about it. Okay. Actually, that works better for me. I can do it in the afternoon then. So I was going to go harass Kitten afterwards. Yeah, so I was like, I didn't know what time period would be the best for you guys anyways, but I'll probably do it in the afternoon then, like mid-afternoon then. So maybe at like 1 or so, 2? Yeah. I'll also double check with Kitten and make sure it's okay if I just sleep there. Oh, that's okay, Twaifu. You can always watch the VOD. No. I had enough people ask about it, and I picked that date specifically because karaoke is this weekend, and Wong is actually going to be out that weekend, so I'm like, it's probably a good time for me to like, it's not? What's that? But I was like, yeah, so we'll try it, and if it goes over well, I will do more, and I might do some other things. So I've also had, oh, you should probably go get some sleep, Swedish Wookie. Yeah, I've also had some other people ask me about like sequential art and writing, so I might try to do some streams. Yeah, you're right. It's about 20 minutes till 2 a.m. for your time. Sleep is good. Yeah, we'll see how the first one goes over, and then if people really like it or want more, we can go from there. For languages, I'm really Japanese. I mean, unless you guys want me to teach you English, but my English is questionable, and I think most of my people No English. Good night! I mean, I could teach you some really piss poor Espanol, but that's not a strong suit either. Wong can teach you Cantonese. He's been teaching me onomatopoeia. The tones are very hard. So I'm not great at it yet, but I'm learning them. My goal is to be able to converse with everyone in his family by just shouting onomatopoeias at them. No, I swear I'll talk to them in real words too. 15k fries. Wow, that is a lot of fries. You found a place for him? Ah, laundry room. Our fern is going in the laundry room. I have infinity fries. Oh, Ranafa's beaten. Oh, then again, RTD has redeemed several Bonk Wongs. I mean, alone he paid out 5k in points for Bonk Wong. Those are good things to use them too. I mean, like I said, if you guys have other things you think would be fun things to redeem point, like the fries for, let me know. I'm still, the Happy Meals are the ones I'm really like unsure of yet, but I want you guys to have fun and have some interactivity besides just talking to me. Yeah, Bonk Wong that actually was a pretty new one added though, because yeah, you guys all were like, this sounds like a great idea. Mega Bonk. What would a Mega Bonk consist of? Would I need like multiple rubber chickens? What does seconds quality merch mean? Currently, for my French fries, or my Happy Meals, the only things I have are 2 different types of commissions up there, because I didn't know what else to put. A bucket of chickens. But yeah, I actually was thinking about adding some physical merch, but I also don't know what to price them at or anything either. I'll have to harass you about that RFA later. I know. I haven't been streaming as much late at night because I have been playing near Replicant with Wong, and we literally are like passing the controller back and forth, so it's a really odd situation. We got Route A ending though, so we're moving on to Route B ending now. Oh. So kind of like the stuff that I throw into my grab bags. Well, some of it was stuff I used to sell, but some of it was stuff I was never going to sell. Okay, cool. Yeah, because I used to, at cons, I'll sometimes do like a cheap grab bag for like $1 of like bookmarks I'm trying to get. Because I'm trying to get a bunch of, I have a bunch of merch I'm trying to retire. That's actually probably not a bad idea. Yeah, I could, oh, okay, cool. I'm also trying to clearance all my prints, basically, except for the posters, so. I'll definitely have to pick your brain about like what you point wise, because I don't quite know how the point values work as compared. But I mean, considering I sell like clearance prints for like $4. No, wait, that's not right. That's how I sell normal prints, so $2. That's for letter size, not for you know, big. But I also have small prints I'm trying to get rid of too, like the 5x7. No, 4x6. So you guys, I know numbers. Yeah, but mostly I'm trying to get rid of some of the. If you guys have been on Patreon, you've probably noticed. Or if you're a Patreon at a certain tier, you probably noticed you get a whole binder of all my bookmark stuff, including the ones that I'm trying to get rid of. I finally got rid of one. Okay, let's see. That leg looks okay, I think. Alright, that should work. Ron has some pretty amazing art. I own a lot of Rana face stuff. Okay, because I'm going to be lazy. I'm just going to go look for a page that this is in. Do I have a page with her not have her face smashed in? Probably not. Oh yeah, she didn't have her face smashed in at the beginning. That should work. I mean, I literally have a binder full of art from people, and a lot of them are Rana Faye's. Because Rana Faye gave me some. Rana Faye also gave me some custom pieces for presents and different holidays, or for anniversaries. By the way, guys, I absolutely love free art. So even if you don't feel that you're a great artist, if you ever want to draw something and send it to me, I love it. And that's even just on Twitter or, you know, Discord or whatever. I freaking love art, especially with my characters. Also, you can draw me. I don't mind. That'd be cute too. Hi, angry young man. I was like, why did I do that? I want to do the skin color first. Does Viridian also always have her bellies thing? No worries. Go ahead and go lurking. I'm done pimping you out for the day. Don't worry. Next time. Honestly, I'm really excited that I got to do some art collabs with, why did I not draw her thing on there? Never mind. With some of my art friends like Rana Faye. If you guys remember, I did a digital art collab with her where we both drew each other's avatars. So, oh, that time I drew it. Okay. I'm just gonna throw this so I can have it in here for later. I need it for the tattoo color. I'm not gonna forget the tattoo this time, guys. Speaking of art, if you guys like to draw, Zoskias is currently having a contest to redesign either Tessa or Trevor for like updated outfits. And there's going to be some big prizes. Not just things like the usual, which of course is like custom art and copies of those kiosks, but it's also going to be, I'm going to get an Amazon gift card together based on some donations. So we'll see how much it actually ends up being. But I'm hoping to split it into two since Tessa and Trevor are two different people. But we'll see. It also is going to depend on how many entries I get because, you know, I'm not going to be like, oh, people donated this much, but I only got one entry, so they only get half of it. A lot of characters are getting redesigns this year, but I was like, I know one of the most popular contests I actually had was initially for designing for Trevor's partner. If you guys didn't know, Tessa is actually the winner of that contest. There were some tweaks made to get her to fit into the story, but yeah, she was the winner of that. She was the one that just fit the best in with him, so... I don't think that looks looks too bad. But yes, I'm notorious for forgetting Viridian's tattoos, so I wanted to make sure I put it in while I was remembering it. Because it's like right on her shoulder, so it's not always... A lot of her outfits is not as visible as it is in her latest one. But it was in her original, like, design, so... I'm gonna brighten that up a little bit, I think. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. Woo! Skin tones. I honestly don't know though who would be the highest like on my list of ones I want to redesign though. I guess Lillian. I really do need to work on her redesign. I have it partially done. I also have a partial one of Natasha, which I did post a spoiler, a teaser to on Zoskias's Facebook page quite a bit of time ago. It was a while back. But you know, after 15 years, I feel like some of them need an upgrade. Especially because a lot of them have gone through a lot of growth, so. Plus also 15 years of drawing the same stuff is boring. Although sometimes it's kind of fun to go back, and if you have a character that you haven't drawn in a while, and like redo them. Redraw them, see how you've changed. It's actually probably one of my favorite things about Zoskias. Isn't getting stuff right the first time, but like looking back at like volume 1 versus even volume like 10, and it was like, wow, 10 years makes so much difference of drawing the same characters. And just drawing in general. I've gotten better at stuff. Still got a long way to go, but... Remember, you guys should always look at where you've come from, not where you're going. Although now that sounds like you're walking backwards and you're going to run into stuff. Don't take it literally, guys. When it comes to like crafts and stuff. Or like jobs or any occupations, you know. Yeah, for sure. A couple years back, I never finished it, but I went back and was doing something I was calling Project Redraw, where I went back and was drawing like OCs from like middle school and high school. And yeah, like a lot of them I was like, dang, they looked like crap. I have one I really want to do. It's from really early middle school. I have never done that one. I don't remember any of the characters' names. The name of it when I was 12 was Hachi Tomodachi. So yes, 8 friends. That is incorrect as far as Japanese grammar goes, but we'll ignore that. It rhymed. But I made like a really bad like fake pencil board of it for myself. Like I drew it on a piece of cardboard and colored it in, and it is horrendous, and their eyes are eating half their faces. So I want to try to redraw that at some point just to see, because my style has definitely changed. And I learned that people actually have faces and not just eyes. I still do draw big eyes at times, but not to that extent. So yeah, if you guys are sitting here looking at my eyes being like, what are you talking about? These are big eyes. Like, no, you haven't seen anything yet. You seen nothing yet. I have the file. I had taken photos of it and saved it to my computer and my phone. So one of these days, I want to get back to. I want to try to do that. But I got a bunch of stuff I want to do. And like Patreon rewards got out. So if you didn't get contacted, sorry, you didn't win something this month around. They have already been contacted. And the winner of the poll was actually pretty easy this time. There wasn't a tie. We'll see. The theme was mother, so. And mother does not mean somebody who is physically like a birth mother. It was a character that acts as a mother or in the motherly role. Because this month's theme is father. So you have plenty of times to vote in June? Is it June? Yeah, it's June. June's theme. And same thing, not as in some cases they're not blood fathers, but they're the character who plays like a father role to other characters. And it's very often that a person that becomes like a parental role or a guardian role isn't always somebody who's blood related. Like we talk about that a lot in different situations, but I know there's a lot of people who have, like a lot of my friends who don't have the best relationships with their families. Unfortunately, I know a lot of them who don't have good relationships with fathers, assuming they even still have fathers. I apparently know a lot of people whose fathers like walked out on them when they were really young and never really met them. So it's pretty sad for that. But it came up on a Father's Day one year. But what is important, as we all agree, that family is not about blood. It is, you know, just like the saying goes, it is about, you know, who matters to you and who is your family, who's there for you. So like somebody, even if they're not blood related, can be family. And I have a lot of friends like that. Like even if I didn't meet them until a few years back, they've been amazing and have done so much for me and really proven that they care. So they are family to me. And that's good. I mean, yeah, sometimes it can be upsetting when you're like, ooh. Yeah, exactly. The same thing with like any kind of family, like mother, father, brother, sister, whatever. I don't think I've personally ever had somebody I felt was like an older sister to me besides my actual older sister. That's okay, you can lurk. But I had a like kid I babysat for when I was really young. Well, I say really young, when I was younger. That I felt was like a little brother to me. For sure. We always joked that he was my mini me. So I do actually have a little sister though. If you guys don't remember, I've mentioned I'm a middle of three. Kitten is my older sister, and my little sister is not a streamer. She is a well, currently she is working at becoming a nutritionalist and life coach for that kind of thing. What is a fitness coach? I guess. Personal trainer, is that the word? Yeah. And Twaifu is me. We're not even a twin, we're the same person. You guys notice. We've never seen each other. Wait a second, they've seen us in a room together. Crap. Well, you're a twin. I mean, you could be. Raccoon Tanukis can make themselves look like whatever. I feel like I'm not from like the worst type of family you can have for dysfunctional, but we had a lot of dysfunctional stuff. Oh, his RTD is actually a twin. Oh, he's not saying he's my twin. I get it now. Blonde moment. I'm allowed those. I mean, honestly, everyone is, but I am blonde, so that's my excuse. I thought it was kind of funny because I know two sets of twins who like did Artist Alley and stuff, so I'd always be like the art twins, and I'd have people who'd be like, which ones? Like, they're definitely very different though. And they're actually identical, not fraternal. Wahaha. Are you fraternal or identical? I'm just being nosy. Identical. Oh. Actually, a lot of people used to think that Kit and I were twins. Probably identical because we looked a lot alike when we were younger. So we have a lot of like red tints to our hair naturally. And her hair was a lot lighter when she was younger, and I've always had like dirty blonde hair. So it's a joke. We're Neapolitan ice cream. I'm the vanilla, the blonde. Uh, Kitten has the red hair, so she's strawberry. And then Chibiko, our little sister, has dark brown hair, almost black, so she's the chocolate. Oh, honestly, I can usually tell the difference between it. Good, eat ice cream. Like I said, the two sets of artist twins I knew, they were always surprised that I could tell them apart. Like, because well, two of them actually, like for one set, they actually wear their hair different and are very different on their art styles and stuff. But the other two actually do their art and stuff together. But one of them is slightly taller. It's very, very slight, but I noticed it right away. And also, that same one has a slightly deeper voice, and it's just like a tad deeper. And I guess not a lot of people notice it, but they also do act a little different. They're probably the most identical twins I know as far as behavior, and that's not a bad thing. They're very close, and that can be good. And they've always been very nice to me, so. But yeah, the other set is a lot more different personality-wise. Actually, I do know a non-art set of twins too, where they're like light and day. They look alike to an extent, although they do their hair differently. And one of them is thinner than the other, but personality-wise, one of them is evil and the other one is nice. In fact, sometimes she's too nice for her own good, and she gets walked over by her. I guess technically her little sister, because they're twins, but I guess she's the slightly older one. It's sad because she's a good girl and she just lets it happen too much. I think part of it for me wasn't even that I was looking for like that I have good observational skills, but as soon as like like I meet somebody like that, I'm like, okay, I gotta find a way to tell them apart. I hate to be that person who's like, I don't know which one you are. I'm really bad at names and faces, so everyone I look really close at, so because I gotta find a way to do it. I always joke about that with my students, like at the beginning of a class, because I'm so bad with names. So like the first couple classes, I have to like call roll call and be like, which student is which? What usually helps is oftentimes I don't usually get a lot of male students, so I usually only have one or two males in the class, so they usually are easy enough to figure out. Although there was a time when I had one male student in the class, but he had a name that I would have thought was feminine, and one of the females had the name I thought was his, because it's one of those that's gender neutral technically for both of them, but one you tend to see for girls more than the other, and same with the other one. But yeah. Yeah, I try to make some kind of like connection to it, I guess. Like some kind of reference in my head, so I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this because of this or whatever. Sometimes they're dumb, but I think the biggest problem for me too is a lot of my students want me to use nicknames. So there was a kid once that told me to call him Butt Cheeks. And I always tell my students, whatever you tell me to call you is what I'm going to remember you for the rest of your life. I am not kidding. And I was at a open house for the art, because I teach at an art gallery. So I was at the open house for the art gallery once, and he came up with his mom and was like, oh, hey. And I was like, oh, hey, Butt Cheeks. And I was like, I just called him Butt Cheeks in front of his mom. His mom was laughing so hard, and he got like so red in the face, embarrassed. He was like, oh my God. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I really don't remember your real name. I told you this would happen, kid. Now, my repeat students, I do remember their names because after a while, you start seeing the same names. You're like, wait a second. Wait a second. I actually get a lot of repeat students, which is kind of weird. Good, but weird. I mean, from my point of view, it means I don't have to relearn names, but also, one of my most popular classes is an intro to manga class where I teach kids to draw manga. So it's the intro class, and that is the class they keep repeating, and that's kind of why it's weird. Because they're repeating the same class with the same syllabus and stuff over and over again, and because I have new students in it, I can't just go off and teach them like later advanced stuff. They still all participate though. They have fun, I guess. And I mean, I guess I'm a well-liked teacher, considering I've had parents come and tell me that their kids love my class. So I am also an anime nerd though, like them, so that probably helps. I try to make class fun too. I don't want kids to feel like, even though it's an art class, I don't want them to feel like it's it's like a chore. I want them to actually have fun with it. So there's a lot of work to be done with the manga class, especially because it used to be a 10-week 2-hour class. Now it's a 9-week 1.5-hour class. So I lost a lot of time. And yeah, I'm like, I cut as much as I could, but I'm like, if I cut any more, I've lost all the basics, and now they can't make their project. And in my class, they make their own original comic. That's pretty much the big assignment in the class. So each week we work on a different element of it, an aspect of it, and talk about it. Because I used to always, if I was going to lose students, I'd always lose them the first week, because the first week is story outlines. So we work on a story and no drawing. Plus, that's also the week that I really go over, hey guys, this is what this class entails, so just be warned, this is not going to be like a walk in the park. I will try to make it as easy as possible, but we're also limited on time, so you'll have to do stuff on your own. I also get multiple classes sometimes, so like when I have multiple different versions of the intro to manga, like there's one time I had it at 4 different locations, and one summer I had that summer I had like 16 different classes. It was insane. But yeah, so I would be pretty much on the teaching the same thing at 4 different locations. Now that one had different students in each one, but they've limited a lot of the locations with COVID and lost some. So we're down to actually only one major location now, and then some subsets where we do little things here and there. So I do teach at multiple, quote unquote, multiple locations now, but it's one of them is online, so online's not really a location. But yeah, if you guys are ever interested in it, it is South Shore Arts in Northwest Indiana, but because it's I do an online version of the Intro to Manga class, it's actually possible for you guys to take it if you pay their fees. Sorry, guys. I don't control how much they charge. I also do a Photoshop class online for them too, where you won't really learn how to do digital paint per se, digital drawing. Oh, we're gonna do a digital drawing workshop at some point though. But I do teach you like the basics of Photoshop and how to use it and get around it. The only requirement is you have Photoshop and you pay whatever they say to. I mean, obviously I would accept that, but I am just a contract employee there. I have no say in what they pay. I do want to put some tutorials up on Patreon though, so if there's something specific you want to know about RTD, let me know, because as a patron, that is something I was planning on adding for people. And since you are one, that's a good time to give me ideas for it to put. Sorry guys, I'm like the most undecisive person when it comes to figuring out what to give as rewards and stuff. Because I always feel like I have good ideas, and then I'm like, oh no, but nobody wants it or nobody responds. So I'm like, I must have messed up. Anxiety. High anxiety. I like that movie. But yeah, I joke. Yeah, it's anxiety makes me like this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying. I'm learning. I actually do have a friend that I've done some like minor repair work for on. Sometimes it's like cosplay, but it's also he works as a security guard at a hospital. So I've also done things like sew up pants and stuff for him, and he'll sometimes because usually I'm not using any supplies that he's not providing. I mean, maybe some thread and needles, but I'm not like using up fabric and stuff. So he sometimes has paid me in food in exchange for that work, which I'm okay with. No panic, but I gotta panic. It's what I gotta do. Yeah. Uh, Anxiety is weird because it's like you can't turn it off. Like, and so many times, like logically, your brain is going, "No, makes no sense. Why are you thinking like this?" But anxiety still overrides your logic and is like, even though you're like inwardly, you're like, "This makes no sense. This is stupid." Yeah, I need to bug Ficus about it more too. I mean, I'll bug everyone, but it's hard getting feedback from people because like they want stuff. Because I've had so many people say they want tutorials, and I was like, "What kind do you want?" And they're like, that's not helpful, guys. It's great you want them, but let me know some more." I mean, in the past, I have done some tutorials, like even on my DA page and stuff. Most of them were cosplay based because I showed people how to make boot covers easily for their costumes, and I also showed people how well, it doesn't have to necessarily be art tutorials. It's anything that I'm within my abilities. So generally art, writing, or I guess cosplay are the big things. And then I also showed people how to put up 36 inches of hair underneath a wig. That was a tutorial I did. Because a lot of people are always like, wow, you get your hair up underneath a wig so easily. It's like, it's not that hard, guys. But then I also did one about moonlighting. I guess it would be like extreme, so really dark lighting with some highlight glows and stuff. That's an old tutorial too. And then that was an actual art one. I'm trying to think if I did it. I think I've done a couple other art ones. I just don't remember them. I haven't done a tutorial in like over a decade though. Yeah, mostly I'd be like, think about something that like if you're like, I don't know how to do this, and you can give it to me. If I can't do it, that's fine. But if I can, it's great. Cause yeah, I want to start adding. I have some more stuff I want to add to Patreon for sure. Entice people to come help support me. Plus free art, guys. Free art. Yay! Actually, honestly, I've been loving Patreon. Not just for the support, although I really appreciate that. It makes me feel so good. But it has been a really great way for me to kind of get out of my like. I felt kind of like I was hitting a wall as far as getting better as an artist, which you know is very common with things. But thanks to Patreon, I've gotten to kind of like branch out and work on stuff that I wouldn't normally work on. And because I have to keep like a more of a regular update schedule for some things, it's helped me out too. So like Patreon for me has been a great chance for me really to get to work on stuff. So that is not the norm, but that is why I really like Patreon. It gets my butt in gear and makes me do stuff. Yeah. I mean, it's not like it's the... I'm the kind of person, at least, despite the fact that I have oftentimes have no confidence in what I'm doing and have a lot of anxiety and inadequacies and insecurities and stuff about like especially like art. I'm the kind of person who just keeps running in the wall anyways until I get through it. But like this time I felt like I was really just banging up against it. Prior to Patreon though, the only time I ever felt I was really able to like make jumps in like improvement and understanding anatomy was Ink October. But a lot of it is just I wasn't dedicating. I don't really always have the time to dedicate to what I really need to do and really need to learn. So with Patreon, I use it as an excuse because I'm like, I gotta draw this anyways, so I'm gonna work on this particular technique or whatever. Yeah, so I work on techniques while I do it, and I still do the same thing with Ink October. But it's great because you know there's something specifically you're working on. Like I don't know if you guys have noticed, I've really been working on like anatomy and more actiony poses because I think those so dynamic poses are really cool to look at, but they aren't always feasible for some things. However, getting in the habit of drawing them, especially when I'm writing a bunch of action series, you know, helps. And yeah, the action poses have really helped me understand anatomy better. And I've mentioned this before, but I never had an art class until I was in college because I did not like to draw until I was in high school. And by that point, it was kind of too late to get into a class. I had teachers or I had friends and stuff who taught me things, but I had never had like a true art class. And even the one I had in college was about like gesture drawing and sketching and stuff. So it wasn't quite like, you know, we didn't go through the basics of anatomy and things like that. So skipping the basics was definitely not a good thing, but you can always go back and learn things, which is cool. So don't ever get like upset if you're like, oh no, I skipped the basics and I don't know how to do it. Like, no, you can go back and do it. You're never too old to learn. It's never too late to learn something new, especially when it comes to like a craft like that. And I'm definitely one of those people who learns the best by like doing. So like drawing really extremes and stuff is one of the best ways for me to learn. I actually played a lot with perspective when I was young, which I'm not great at it, but that's probably why I'm okay with it. There was one summer where all I wanted to do is play with perspective. So I have like a bunch of bunch of arts I did where like the characters are like directly below, like we're directly below the character looking up, or like the character we're directly above the character looking down. So I had like a whole summer of stuff like that. And then actually when I got to Japan the first year, I had some free time finals week because I thought I had to study for finals, and I spent all this time studying only to learn that they weren't expecting me to take finals because I had missed the first half of the semester. So I only had to take half the finals, if even. But anyways, so I had time to draw. So I spent a lot of time in my room when nobody else was around, and looked at a mirror I had on my dresser and like put my hands ahead of me and like, you know how like you frame yourself in a photo, like, so I have like a drawing I did like that where I just spent some time practicing the extremes on myself. So RTD, do you feel like you found a way to get around that wall yet? Or are you still kind of bumping into it? Nothing wrong if you are. So my advice for getting past like drawing, like art blocks or even like writing blocks, because I don't really get writer block period, but my advice for it is, like I said, I'm the kind who keeps bumping my head against it. So oh yeah, well you can always go back and tweak design later. That's kind of the fun of it. Sometimes just getting the basic down, but even still, so like I said, my method is going directly against it, and keep doing it even if it turns out bad until like it gets to be something I like. That is not always a good method for people. Another thing I find a lot of people do that seems to work for a lot of people, so maybe this will work for you too, RTD, is sometimes putting it aside for a little bit can help. And I mean, I'm not talking like leaving it alone for like years, or sometimes even a couple weeks, like a month or two, or even a couple weeks is enough to like give you an outside, like let you look back at it and be like, huh. I mean, to be fair, I think that's where a lot of my wanting to redesign like so many of the characters in So's Kiosk came from. Their outfits was because, you know, after so long of looking at them, or some of them I hadn't drawn in a while, and bringing them back in, because I rotate the characters. There's a lot of characters in So's Kiosk, in case you guys hadn't realized. Light and Umishin are always kind of in there, but the rest rotate really a lot as far as who's active on purpose. So yeah, looking back at them after all this time, I was like, ugh, those character designs need some upgrading. What was I thinking? That's okay, we all do that. Yeah, and sometimes like accessories, while they're good, they can also, depending on it, could also overload it. But yeah, with, I mean, obviously my avatar's design isn't super complex. I went with something that was simple enough. I have some ideas that I might actually adapt it in the future, but for now, I'm really happy with it. So there's a lot of random belts. The thigh belt has the most detail, and I'm sorry guys, I can't get up high enough. I'd have to shrink myself more. But yeah, sometimes it's just like adding, well, like adding a pattern can work, which we talked about a little bit. It also can sometimes be like adding like a belt or a buckle or buttons. Because even though those things are often there on things, a lot of people forget to like draw them or don't draw them because of ease. And there's nothing wrong with that, but because everyone's style is different. But sometimes that kind of thing can help add some like detail or whatever, and make you feel like it's a more depth, a character with more depth. I think if I remember correctly, I know the shoe was amazing. It was a lot of detail. I think you had the string for the drawstrings for the hoodie. Sorry, I haven't actually had a lot of time to look at it yet. As strange as it sounds, I tend to have more time when I'm actually in the classroom. I will also say sometimes though simple is better. There's not always necessarily a need to go super detailed, because a lot time the more detailed stuff is, the easier it can get lost. Nope, it's not. It's on my list. I've also have gotten some commissions that I can't share with people because of the type of commissions they are. They're literally like, you know, they're not like copyrighted stuff per se. I mean, some of it is, but you know, it's like I don't have the way our contracts is. I don't really own the I don't fully own the rights or whatever. So like, yeah, there's been some stuff I haven't been able to share that I've been working on, and I won't be ever sharing myself. They'll be sharing. So like, I'm trying to get some stuff moving along as fast as I can. So that's why I'm like, oh my god, classes are coming back next week. I have time to work again. Like I said, as weird as that sounds, I definitely have more time to work in while I'm teaching than when I'm not. I think it'll also help once I'm done playing Nier, because I devoted a lot of time to that. Sorry, guys. Because I spend a lot of nights usually like just working on stuff, like late nights. I think that looks okay. Woo! Zoom in. I really missed some spots, didn't I? As you see, I name all my layers, even if they're weird names. I think I understand what you said. Yeah, like give yourself like some time to like not stare at it. Just a short bit of time and then go back to it, because you'll definitely see some difference there. Also, sometimes looking at like real fashion can give you some ideas. I mean, like, oh, I like how they did this style or whatever. And you can figure out how certain things go together. Good. Yeah. Because I mean, obviously, like even fantasy clothes and stuff has some basis on stuff that could be worn. One of my favorite things to do with any kind of character design is to be like, is this something I could actually build in real life? But that's also part of me being a costumer. I think that's a little dark for her eye here, actually. I'll lighten it a little bit. I should probably actually like make a legit color. Oh wait, I do have a legit colored reference sheet for her. What am I doing? Oh well, too late now. I mean, I don't have it for this outfit, but I have it for like her hair and skin and stuff. Yeah. I don't like drawing shoes much. So yeah, I could tell you spent a lot of time on it. It looked very realistic. Very good. I also feel as artists we all have strong points and weaknesses, and there's nothing wrong with that. That just lets us know where to get better. I am definitely for drawing people, I'm definitely weakest at drawing hands and feet, period. So shoes usually go right in there. I've gotten better because I have a better understanding of both the shapes of them, but for non-people, I am not great at scenery. I also have some issues with some animals, but I've been practicing. Ooh, excuse me. Practicing to get better. Like if you guys look at Raijin from those kiosks in like chapter 2 versus what he looks like in like chapter 26, I learned how to draw a lion. One of the best ways to practice hands is literally draw a bunch of hands. Like find some hand studies or do your like, you know, put together your own hand study and just draw hands upon hands upon hands. Although I joke that hands are the bane of every artist's existence. They are definitely one of the hardest parts for me. I like drawing faces a lot. That's one of my favorite things to draw. And I like overall character designing, so I like creating outfits and stuff. And writing up backstories. Good, yeah. Yeah, it can be hard sometimes, but like, yeah, you gotta just, you know, if you did your best, and especially if you're new or learning, it's like, you know, for a first time, that's pretty good. I mean, I beat myself up all the time over my own art. 'Cause like I said, I've come a long way, but I have a long way to go. Part of being an artist is knowing you can always get better. And then that's not just limited to like this kind of art. I mean, any kind of skill. Never think you're the best. You can always get better. Even if you're great now, you can even be better. Yeah. Before inspiration comes the slaughter. Okay, that's my favorite inspirational AI quote I've ever seen. But in all seriousness, yeah, inspiration comes from all sorts of places and really randomly, and also bouncing ideas off of other people like artists and stuff, you know, is great. Creative people generate. Like RTD, you're welcome to if you're feeling comfortable enough with it. I would also suggest sharing that in the Discord in the art group, and getting some feedback that way too. Only if you feel comfortable enough to do that though. Like, don't push it. I'm not saying like. I know with a lot of newer artists, and I mean even myself, I have some nerves posting stuff there, and it's, you know, a Discord I help run. Honestly, that's why in some of the other Discords I'm in, I never post up. Sorry guys, anxiety says no, I can't. My biggest fear is always overstepping my bounds or I guess like making an enemy of someone. Like there's a one Discord I joined for writers, and I was like, oh cool, it's from one of my Facebook groups, and they're all pretty cool there. And I don't remember what I said, but the guy's attitude that he came back with, like, was basically like, oh, you're not an author because of this or whatever. And I was like, I'm just gonna leave and pretend I didn't say anything, and now I feel like crap. But at least a bunch of the other people in that group were also like, what the hell is wrong with you, sir? Was out of line. You're talking to a bunch of people who are all following the same kind of thing. Just because they don't meet your specifications doesn't mean that they're not. I think we were talking difference between a writer and an author is what it was. Yeah. That's fair enough. So I actually use Line a lot. If you guys are familiar with that, Line is a chat service that is very popular in Japan. Specifically, though, it is encrypted, and so that's pretty cool. But I use that a lot when I'm working on character designs to spam them to friends, like Aranafe and Kitten. And even Kohaku got a couple of the ones that I was working on. I don't use it specifically because it's the encrypted thing, although that's nice. I use it because I have a bunch of dumb sticker sets on there and I love them. They just added a Hololive sticker set, so I have that too. It was gifted to me, in fact. I didn't even know it was there until somebody gifted, one of my friends gifted it to me, and I was like, whoa! Unfortunately, they're their catchphrases, so they're really hard to use in most situations. But considering once I got the Kaguya Luna sticker Mite Mite Kore Ebi to work in a situation, I'm sure I can manage. I was very proud of that one. I think one of the hardest things, being an artist for me at least, with like I said, because I have high anxiety and a lot of times that equates to low confidence in my skills and stuff, is like I'll post something that I'm really proud of. Like for example, that art of Preeti I did just a bit ago, like a couple months back, or maybe it was just last month. Time kind of all blurs together. I was really proud of that. It was a study in realism. It was definitely a lot better than the last time I drew her, and I was like, oh man, I can see the flaws, but for me that was really good. And like I don't know, I was hoping I'd get some feedback on it, like even if they could tell me, point out like kindly, like, oh, you did this really well, but you can do this better. But I really didn't get any, and so it was kind of disappointing. And then to make matters worse, for my anxiety, is a friend posted something around the same time that was just like a sketch, a very unfinished sketch and very hard to kind of figure out the shape of, but they just got like all the response, and I'm like, oh, thanks guys, I appreciate it. I'm gonna go cry in a corner now. And yeah, you're not supposed to judge yourself based on other people, but it's hard. I still think one of the most aggravating things for me is, so I mentioned Zoskias is almost 15 years old. Be 15 in July. And I still feel like I can count on my hand the number of my friends who have read it. A free webcomic online. That's not true. There's more than that has read it, but I always feel like that. A big part of it, though, is social media algorithms suck. If you're not paying, that's it. And I obviously cannot afford to pay. Burritos? Burritos? Burritos for Wong was a long time ago. That was April? He got his burrito, though. If that's what this is about. His birthday burritos. That was the month of April. We collected bits for birthday burritos for Wong. Even got the guac. No burritos here today. I'm actually kind of hungry. I see why. I'm gonna try to get this hair all cleaned up and then I'll probably get off. It's great. Oh man, I can't wait till we do Dying Light 2 and get even more burritos. Ah. What are you doing on if it's 3 a.m.? Shouldn't you be in bed? Although I like to eat late at night sometimes if I'm hungry. Oh, I mean, that's fair. I'm an insomniac, so I'm up all the time, too. It's not good for me, but usually I try to read. Although sometimes, like, listening to background noise. Oh, you can sleep? I'm jealous. I mean, it's only, like, not even 8 p.m. here, so. Close to 8 p.m., but not quite. Which is why I'm hungry. It's getting close to dinner. Back when I still lived with my parents, we always ate dinner at like 9 p.m. It was ridiculous. Holidays are good. That's... What is that? Sorry, I can't see this icon. Let me click on it. What is that? Does it let me know what it is when I paste it? I can't tell. Oh, I can't tell what that is. Guys, my eyes are terrible. I'm sorry. I mean, I stay up way too late on days even when I don't have holidays. Oh, thank you! I couldn't see what it said. I mean, we had, I would say Memorial Day was yesterday. I ate a lot of food. Sometimes I'll actually cook and make food. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of people do, unless you're working like a standard 9 to 5 job, or you're like me and you're unemployed still. Ah. Yeah, work searching has not gone well. But that's okay. C'est la vie? My parents wanted to cook out, so they invited us over. And then Twaifu and Vince were both like, "Hey, we want to stop by." And I was like, we're gonna do this. Let me see if it's okay if you come by." And it was. And then last minute, Kohaku was like, I have nothing going on. And I was like, you know what? Kitten might want somebody else there too. So, secret invite. Wahaha. So it still wasn't a huge group because we don't do that. But all of us were vaccinated too, which was good, including my parents. Made some barbecue chicken and cheesy potatoes with onions in it. I don't know what it's called. Some kind of scallop potato thing. It's yummy though. And then Kitten made cookie balls. By the way, barbecue, like pork or chicken, and like things like mac and cheese together are like my favorite food combo. And then my mom got me a watermelon because she knows I love watermelon. So she got a watermelon and let me take a big chunk of it home. I brought wine. That's all I brought. And ice. My mom also made her homemade coleslaw. Which I don't like coleslaw, but I like that. I think generally a lot of the food you get at supermarkets in America is just kind of crappy. Like I really like potato salad, but I only like homemade potato salad. Or the quote unquote home style potato salad that they make at one of the local grocery chains, and that's because they make it in store, so. Actually, it's nice that I have the watermelon here though, because I've been craving like fruit as a snack for a while, so now I'm like, oh yeah. I actually live really close to my parents still, so. It's funny, we moved out, and I moved like 5 minutes from their house accidentally. Which means sometimes we get to steal food from them. Free food! Sometimes you just don't have the flow going right. It's not necessarily to keep it straight. Salad sometimes, yes. So like really quick, let me go here. So like if you're trying to follow a flow of something. Oh, I don't have pressure sensitivity on. That's why it's doing that. So yeah, pressure sensitivity. So like, yeah, sometimes it can be for straight, because like that one's not perfectly straight where that one is straighter. But a lot of times, like if you're following curves, you want to follow the curve right, but then like you see that one's really thin, and then that one is almost too thick, so you want to have like a borderline thing. Yeah, that's where that usually comes from. And everyone has their own like preference of it too. I'm still kind of working on what I like as my line art style. I did some experimenting and couldn't find any brushes I really loved with it, so I went back to my old line art style, which is what I've still been doing. But I intend to hopefully experiment with more brushes again in the future. I've also tried changing the color of the line art because, like, if you guys have seen Kitten's work, she obviously doesn't use black as the color of her line arts. But I just felt that the way she does it doesn't work for my style very well. I've also tried like gray and brown, and they just don't seem to work quite as well either. But I think it's because my colors are too vibrant. And that's not a bad thing. Initially, my goal. Oh, I'm still on pressure sensitivity. That's why it's not working well. No, originally my goal was to go with a really like soft, watery-ish style of stuff, but I kind of find that I'm liking my style works better without that, so I'm back to not doing that. And I mean, it will change because styles can change over the time, and as I get better and stuff. Cause I used to use a much softer shading, but now I'm using a harsher shading. All right, so I will call this here for the night so I can go eat. But yeah, that's what I got done of her so far. I'm hoping to get more of her done. Whatever I do end up getting done on her will be posted to Patreon later tonight. That you have to be tier 10 or higher to see what is actually done and see the high res. But yeah, it's a Viridian using some kind of poisonous plant. I know which one it is, and I'm just blinking. So, I might be streaming some other games later this week. I'm not sure. Usually we do late night streams for games. Biggest reason is, like I said, we're still playing Near Replicant, and we haven't been streaming that the way we're playing it. Karaoke is this Saturday. It's a relay again. So, Firearm, Athena, and no, it's just Firearm and Athena this time are starting us off at uh give me a second. I forgot the name. I forgot the time. Da-da-da. At 2 p.m. my time, Central. Then Calgus Spence, I can't say his username really well, sorry, is doing it at 5 p.m. Central, and Wong and I will be taking over at 8 p.m. Central. You can find all the information on the Discord or my Twitter page and on my main Twitch page for all the links and stuff. But I will be trying to what do you like host them as well during the time. Saturdays unfortunately mean I'm also probably running around in the AM doing some Oculus Soul stuff, but I'm gonna try to help spread the word. And hopefully we'll see you guys there. As per usual, you're welcome to make requests, and we will do our best and pretend we know what's going on. Other than that, everyone, have a good night. Go eat lots of food.